Good evening, everyone. I think this is the best time we can start the session with each and every one of you. Namaste, all of you. Assalamu alaikum. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening from different the time zones that you all are attending. Myself, Devjyoti Biswas, is CEO and founder of DBHSC International. Also, I am the lead tutor examiner for level 6 and level 7 qualifications. I do conduct a lot of sessions, and I hope you have attended one of my events. And I'm so glad that today we brought a topic which is not only important for me, not only important for you, not only important for your colleagues, your seniors, even the CEO or the founders or your family. It is required for each and every one of us, because psychological safety is something that we all are dealing every breath, whether we are in the workplace or we are outside the workplace. So for that being said, I really appreciate if you can all cooperate with me throughout the session by giving me an interactive likes, because me really want to make sure that we are enjoying every slide and you do have the understanding. Pen down all the points which are required. Please make sure that you have attended till the last, because we have the certificate of participation which will be given to every attendee. And if there is any network issue, we are recording the session, we will give it to you, so you can also watch it later and also you can share with your friends. With that being said, I would request you, if possible, you can just let me know who are those who are attending the session for the very first time. Give me a thumbs up reaction, just hit a like. If you are attending this DBHSC for the very first time with us, I would love to see that if there is anyone new here. Since 2020, we have been training, and I hope that a lot of you are aware of us. We have trained so far 19,000 students, and every day it is growing because of the supports we are getting from the admins and each and every one of you. We have students trained from more than 100 countries. And with that being said, I'm so happy that we brought this topic and we have 67 participants. I hope that gradually it will become 100 participants if everybody joins. So I'm going to share the screen. Please enjoy the entire session and make sure you are noting down. And if there is anything you want to ask or you do have a problem on it, I will make sure that there is no problem at the end of the session. All right. So, starting up with psychological safety, which is not only very important for the employees, but also on the other hand, it is the leadership who gonna make the awareness, communicate, and also focus on how each and every attendee, each and every participant, each and every worker, each and every stakeholder, insurer, everyone will receive psychological safety whenever they are talking with us, not only about dealing with the clients or getting a client's contract. Even when you are talking with the person over call, you being the health and safety director, even you are just talking about selecting a new contractor, or you are the contractor or you are the client, even in your communication, the way you are communicating, psychological safety should be considered. Am I right? So with that being said, let us start with our first page. So let us break the word psychological safety. Let's start with what is psychology. The word psychology relates to the mind and the mental processes. Remember, whenever we talk about psychology, it means not only it's the mind, but how the mental well-being is being optimized or is being compromised in our mind. It includes what we think. So we have thoughts, how we feel, we have emotion, perception, assumption, belief, confidence, fear, and stress level. So, in a workplace context, psychological factors you have seen, even you being in your position, sometimes you lost your hope and maybe you became rude for a couple of minutes with your juniors or with your workers. I think once in a blue moon, even a man or a person does it, because somehow at some extent or in some period of time we lose our confidence, we lose our mind, we lose our patience, and we really burst off. But in health and safety standard, in health and safety realm that we all are in, and our work is to protect people not only from the physical hazard. Please make sure we are growing up in a modern world. The only concept to save people, the physical health, is not only the mandatory duty that we have, but also their psychological safety. So, with that being said, it's so important for us to understand why company and the world should think, proceed, and make people fall in a psychological health and safety world. And this is why we, the leaders in the company, even if you are working as an health and safety supervisor, you are a leader for every worker that you are managing. If you are working as an safety or as an health and safety officer, and if you have safety supervisors working under you, you are the leader for them. So if you are the health and safety officer, or if you are the health and safety director, the most executive one in the health and safety department, you all are the leader. We are the leader. Even another principle that an health and safety officer should inform their workers is very simple. Every worker, every cleaner, everyone, they are a leader of their own work, what they do. And what is our take here? Our take is we need to make them work happily and uh, fulfilling all the requirements set by the top management. Correct. That's our goal. That's our motto. We do not want anyone to work without any confidence, without enthusiasm, with low moral. So that's why we always talk about moral reason, legal reason, and financial reason. We can prove, we can justify. We need psychological safety in every beat of action, reaction, and interaction from top management, from senior management, and from us. Correct. So now, if we also talk, for example, I think we don't need an example. The moment I'll share you the PDF, you all can go through. We are talking, and I made this PDF for all of you because not always we will get the chance to attain this session like this, but you can have this, and this sort of notes are the pocket notes for you. So whenever you want, you can just go through it. So now it's very important for every one of us. Everybody needs to understand safety and the way we explain. I heard from so many professionals, even their managers, maybe they are not aware of the appropriate way of delivering the answer, what is safety. But when you are working, when you are into the AI world, you're not expected to say anything which is incorrect. That's why you all have a motivation, you all have inspiration from your family, from your fathers. Our fathers are first hero, right? So uh, we wanna prove your family, you wanna prove yourself that you are more worthy. So in that case, when we talk with the people, we need to make sure each and every suggestion is matching with the ultimate point. So any point that we say and which can help others to not to have a correct understanding, it's our fault. So whenever we talk about what is safety, we shouldn't talk about safety is to take care of people, safety is to take care of everybody, to wear PPE properly, to have PPE, to save people. Now, these are the roles and responsibility when you want to provide safety, right? So it means you are creating a condition which is free from hazard, risk, psychological hazard, physical hazard, right? In that case, you are maintaining health and physical health means mental and physical well-being, and you are creating a situation or a condition where they are free from any sort of problems. That is called safety. So safety is a condition which gives us freedom from hazards, from risk, from any sort of damage, loss of reputation, or any sort of stress or burnouts or civil unrest, geopolitical problems, environmental issue, etc. That is called safety. So the condition. Now, do we know the full form of safety? I think those who are attending my session every day, I talk about the full form so that we can keep this awareness long living. Now, when we talk about the full form of safety, it's all about stay alert for every task you do. Stay alert for every task you do. So that's the full form of safety, right? So what we have understood, give me a thumbs up if you have understood, those who are like juggling up with this, like what do we need to say when somebody asks what is safety? It's very simple. It's not a point to make any process to make people safe. The word safety stands with a condition that is free from problems. It can be any physical or mental problems, okay, or it can be social problems. Going to the next page. Very interesting course, yeah. Okay, now in the workplace, safety often includes SSOW, which is Safe System of Work, emergency procedures, which consist of emergency preparedness, checking up all the emergency facilities which are installed, which are there to alert if there is any emergency, which will help people to evacuate themselves to the assembly point, and also the presence of the assembly point. So these are called emergency procedure, which has emergency preparedness. Then we have PPE training, supervision, hazard control, everything. So, however, true safety is a broader than physical protection. Now, tell me one thing: where is the office of a human's body? Where the office located? Where is our office? I'm talking not about where is your office, like your occupation. I'm talking about we have an office. The body has an office. Where is that? Here, correct? Can anyone deny with me? This is an office of a human body, of a human being. Where is an office? Here. And for work, we go to an office, which is a physical office, which we say premise. So first, it's so simple to convince everybody. Before you take care of my outer appearance, the safety of my outer appearance or my skin or my physical body, my existence doesn't come from the first thing, not come from the physical, but what I am thinking. So first, the employer's responsibility is to create such a safer condition where people can mentally be fit. Is there anyone who can deny with me? No. First is the mental office safety. Anything happens to you happens here first. From here, everything goes. We're aware of cerebrum, cerebellum, medulla oblongata, which connect with the spinal cord, and where all the information goes around. Correct. In that case, first, we have to save our office, our own body's office, our being's office, and then we can take care of other people's office. When you are working for an organization, you're taking care of their business. When they are working under you, they're taking care of your business. And you're taking care of them by employing them, by hiring them, by recruiting them, and giving them monthly wages of what they do. That's a simple thing. So, do we need to have psychological safety for the workers only, not for the employer? It is our duty to also teach employer that we are talking for you as well. Because an employer, if his office, the mind's office, the mind, if his mind get compromised, or if the decision maker feels like low, what we will do? What we will do? So first, we should start with employer so that they can be happy. So our work is to keep his mind and his mental health very nice so that he can work for us, because we are working for him. And if he feels like no work for us, then where we will go, right? So going forward to the next, when we club psychological safety, okay, we understood what psychology means mind and the way it processes. And then we talk about safety. Safety means a condition that provides us freedom from any sort of issues or problems. Now, when we club psychological safety means protection of a person's mind, emotions, confidence, and ability to communicate without fear of negative consequences. Such a brilliant idea, such a brilliant concept, such a brilliant definition, such an amazing information to share across the globe and to help everyone understand. If I'm working for someone, that person should take care of my safety, mental first, then health, then physical. And if I'm employing people, then I need to take care of them. So it's a vice versa. So it's a two-way exchange of contribution, not a one-way. So in that case, it is an environment where people free to work from within. Simple as such. So when you are feeling free to work, you can speak up, you can ask questions, you can share ideas, you can admit mistakes, you can report hazards, you can raise concerns, you can challenge unsafe acts, right? Out of the topic, those who are requesting for recording, please make sure, no worries, I'm recording already. I'm gonna edit, give a little bit BGM so that it suit the rhythm. I'm gonna upload it on YouTube. So anytime you can watch it. All right. Thank you. Now, next is it is very important for all of us to understand. You know why? Because I always feel like who is or are the people or the group of people who is responsible for this uh, particular introduction. I am always into this concept. Like, first, we need to know how did it evolve? How did it come to the market? Why do we say safety? Why not other thing? Correct. Because in planet Earth only, if something is giving you freedom from hazard, that we say safety. It is limited to the planet Earth only. So my question was, who like came up with this topic? So it is a little advice I want to give you. Like majority of you are very senior. You all have a senior role and position, and believe that till you die, you have time to revise, to learn, to improvise, and proceed for continuous improvement. Every one of you have studied one thing. Um, all participating. Okay, people are generate transcript. Okay, I've clicked to start AI companion. I do not know what it does, but those who have requested, they can get a help. All right. So talking about psychological safety once again. Now meet with a lady who really helped us, the world, to talk more about psychological safety. Now we have already broken the word two parts, and I think every one of you understood the meaning of both psychological and safety. We can now move towards a formal definition of the concept. Psychological safety is a term used to describe a workplace environment where individuals feel comfortable expressing themselves without fear of negative consequences. So it is commonly defined as a shared belief that the team is safe for interpersonal risk taking. Did you remember the definition of health and safety culture? Remember, when we talk about health and safety culture, the definition always starts with the shared value, attitude, belief, and behavior on how you work. That's called the health and safety culture. Same. Meet with this lady, Amy Edmondson. This lady, she was a professor at Harvard Business School. And through her research and on her team research on team learning and organizational behavior, the phrase that she used, shared belief, is very important here because it means psychological safety is not about one person feeling safe, it's about collective feelings of the team. I hope she made it very popular. Everybody, we are aware of this, but somebody need to take an initiative, right? Because if something is going on and that thing is wrong, something is going on and that thing is wrong, and we as an health and safety professional, practitioner, legend, and leader, we are not taking an action to talk about it, then what we are doing? Some people will come and have this credit, such as this respected lady. So if you believe that there's something wrong and your education will never will never betray you, your proper education that you are taking from different, you have taken from school, from college, institutes like DBHSC, different legends from different trainers, different motivation speakers, different tutors. One such privilege that you have and I have with you, to cooperate with you as the tutor from DBHSC, that's me. Now, overall, what we are doing, we need to understand one thing. We need to take inspiration from them. If they can come up and talk, why you cannot? So that's why, that's an example. Anytime you see anything in your workplace which is harming and hampering the quality of work, the productivity of that worker, please make sure you're not quiet. If you talk with your manager and your manager doesn't have any interest, you know where to report and where to complain. Never bring any personal attributes with any colleague in your workplace. We are talking about our physical and psychological safety, because when we are into this office, That's not our personal life where we can do whatever we want. That's a professional realm where everyone is doing their job. No one wants to be very ethicful always. We are a human. Come on. We want to be free. We want to be independent. There's a raining outside. So that's why thunder is going on. So we want to be free. In that case, when you walk and when you step inside to the workplace, and if you anyhow have this concept or anyone has this concept, why do we have so many rules and policy? Why do we have so many strict procedure have to follow? It's just like we are doing our duty. We are humans. It's very hard to tackle. Humans are very hard to manage. For example, a mouse doesn't know how to uh, make or build a mouse trap, but we know how to do that. We know atomic bomb to kill ourselves. Correct? In that case, we are so intelligent that we are ready to kill our own human race because of some conflict, some religion issues, some political issues, and all these start from a belief. So that's our psychological safety. Where is our psychological safety? That's why now, if we come to this part, a shared belief, it means do not keep it within yourself that I need my psychological safety. If you need your happiness, why the other person cannot feel like having their own happiness? So psychological safety, and the moment we will implement psychological health and safety management system in the organization, and soon we will do that with the help of you, with the help of me, and with the help of anyone that attends this session and talks with them. There are so many CEOs and directors studying in DBHSC, and they all are already doing it. Um, because very recently I came for a topic called ISO 45003. You know that standard psychosocial risk and how to manage. It's a part of ISO 45001 standard of ISO. So that's the thing. We need to talk more about it. Make sure your concept on psychological safety doesn't stay with you but with everybody. So it is a shared belief mentioned and motivated by Amy Edmondson. Okay, next. So when a workplace, I was talking about do not have any such of personal bond with your colleagues, which can hamper when you want to report. Because never have this situation where the person to whom you know, he seems or she seems to be doing something incorrect thing, inadequate thing, and she or he is not meant to do that. In that case, you will definitely ask them not to do it, but still they are doing it. But you are an health and safety officer. You are not allowed, or an health and safety professional. You are not allowed to continue with it. You're allowed, you have the right, and it is your sole accountability. It is under the law. Can you question me back that can you prove it legally? I can prove it legally. Ask me how. ILO convention, rights and rules and responsibility of an employee or worker. The first rule and responsibility of a worker is to take reasonable care of their own safety and of others. Correct? So we have also legally bound. We have to help everybody. And if people are not listening, we have to report. So that's why we here talk about interpersonal bond and interpersonal risk taking. So the phrase interpersonal risk taking is important because interpersonal risk are the risk people take when interacting with others. For example, an employee may take an interpersonal risk by asking a question in a meeting, admitting they made a mistake, challenging a manager's decision, reporting an unsafe act, giving a new idea, saying, I do not understand, raising a concern about workload on stress. So, in many workplaces, employees hesitate to do these things because they fear, right? I got this feeling when I used to work, and I'm sure if you also ask yourself, do you fear from reporting? Ask yourself first. You do not need to tell me because you can keep it very secret, but just always ask yourself. Do I have the independence to speak when I can justify with three reasons in my company? I do not need to protest because I'm here to protect, not to protest on my own decision, right? So that's the thing, because we feel like we're being judged as weak, looking incompetent. Sometimes when we speak, another thing I want to bring, and I want to help every one of you, whoever is attending and whoever will attend later, who admits with me, if you know what to say, but still you have a feeling of fear that you may being judged. So people are not good when it comes to speak in front of people. Are you the same? Then I have something for you. It's like if you have done PhD in health and safety, but you get some issues or hesitation, or you feel like fear when it comes to public speaking, when it comes to speak in front of the people. If you have this feeling, because I have seen so many people, they have this feeling that do not want to speak. But if you have this feeling, do you know why people uh, don't feel like speaking in front of the people? Because they feel like maybe they are not competent to speak. Maybe these all the examples that I've mentioned, maybe they will feel like they can lose respect, because if they say something incorrect, maybe they will lose respect, maybe the opportunity, maybe the promotion. Let me tell you one thing, it's not your fear, but it's your mind which tells you you do not have much knowledge on this, do not speak, nothing else. When a person knows about everything and he's physically not challenged, he can speak, he can think. When a person knows the exact thing that he has in his mind, he can always speak. He will never get feel like, oh, what will happen if I speak? Have this courage. No one is gonna kill us if we say something wrong. You will be legend when you make mistakes and then admit, then you try to recover and you amend the new things and you improvise. Legends are born like this, not by fearing from the people. You came here, you go alone. So to whom we fear, right? So I just want to tell everyone, do not fear. It is just like you do not have much knowledge. You feel like if somebody asks me a question in front of the people and I cannot answer, then what will happen? What will be my reputation? So for this reason, make yourself more knowledgeable and speak in front of the mirror. Speak like casually. Do a shadow practice. That's how you can speak. Even I used to feel a little bit scared when it comes to public speaking. I used to feel like I'm going to be a trainer. If I say something wrong, and I did, I, I, I'm a human. I obviously made a lot of mistake, not deliberately, but it is so soothing and respectful. When I said something wrong, I have to apologize now, or else there will be not a significant way of keeping your role. If you have made a mistake, apologize for it. People will do that because we are not God. No one is here to judge you, right? The ultimate knows about your worth. Make it very consistent on what you're adopting every day. So, interpersonal risk taking will not affect you when you do not have fear from what you will speak, and you do not think that your colleague can harm you because you speak truth. So that's the thing. And also you feel like there if I say something, it will damage the entire relationship with my manager, or manager may lose the job. So it is for manager also. When he know that he is doing a mistake, then he also know the consequences of it. And health and safety officer is an also health and safety enforcer. Every health and safety professional enforces the system. We enforce 4P: people, plant, premise, procedure. People, plant, premise, procedure, or policy. 4P, correct? Now, psychological safety removes or reduces these fears. It creates a culture where communication becomes very natural and neutral and productive. This doesn't mean there is no discipline or accountability. No. absolutely. Psychological safety is all about achieving every objective for sure from the employer, because employers also know that he has to set objectives based on SMART. So everybody has a role. One person has done something mistake in his role, all the entire plan will be wasted. It's a it's an ecosystem to sustain the business, correct? It's an ecosystem to sustain your health, your mental health, your physical health. It's an ecosystem. Anyone fail to work on their role is equal to um, loss time of the productive work, so that the work that we are thinking and looking for will not be completed if anyone has done a mistake. So we all have so much of accountability, and in this accountability, in this um, in the pursuit of achieving every objectives, if we are not happy, if we are burned out, if we have stress, what would you go through? My question is. So we know that it's not easy, and it's not possible for you now to talk with your CEO and talk about this. It will be very um, inadequate for him, that why you are talking about psychological safety, what made you to speak on this. Maybe this is not the best time, but you never know when the right time comes. But if you are prepared enough to convince, not to prove, not to impress, but to convince with the justification, moral, legal, financial, then you are gonna hit the amazing flow and gonna save everyone, right? So instead, it means mistakes are treated as opportunities for learning. Think about, if you have done a mistake, your company has a culture. You have done a mistake, let me help you, and let me uh, teach you that in the next, you shouldn't do it because of this reason and the consequences that we all are facing. But I'm also teaching you more. So instead, instead of treating people who have done a mistake as a punishment, but we're giving them more opportunities to learn rather than opportunities of being blamed. It encourages what? It encourages of openness. Like we can be more open, excuse me, when we are at work. Trust, learning, collaboration, innovation, a lot. So, a psychologically safe environment allows employees to feel secure in saying, I made a mistake. I need help. I have an idea. This process is unsafe. Maybe your work is not good. Maybe you are not in a polite manner. So, these are the things that we need to come up and we need to speak, excuse me, when we have to, when we have psychological safety. Are we all understanding? So how many people we have got? We have got 84 participants. Can I just see the thumbs up reaction? So what we are discussing, we're going good. I have to stop uh, sharing the screen because I just need to check, because I can't see you all what I'm saying. All right, so many likes. Thank you so much. I'm keeping it ahead now. All right. Now, another interesting thing I want to come up with. Google has taken a legendary action. So there's a project, Google found a project called Aerostal, Project Aerostal. Now in this, what they did exactly, I'm telling you because we're gonna go for more brief. Um, they have literally found out one thing. What is the core principle, or what is the root cause of everyone's good work? And when they are not doing a good work, what is the root cause? Very simple. Now, even Google is thinking about their people's psychological safety, because absolutely, you know, right, whoever worked with Google, or they're aware of Google project, it's all about office work. A lot of intellect is getting harvested every second from different intelligent people around. So in that case, Google gives them all sort of facility. My brother works in Google. He says that we have a massage chair, we have everything for keeping our stress out of the office. But at the end of the day, they also are doing good to keep their people happy. So is that your company following the same? If not, then why not? My question is why, and who gonna do this? If you are talking about and um, representing, you know what you are doing, you're representing every worker in your company. If you have got 100,000 workers. So you are representing every one of them when you are convincing your boss or your manager to introduce psychological safety so that every bit of their work will be free from any sort of psychological issues in the work time, right? So talking about the Google one, in a modern organization, psychological safety is now considered one of the strongest indicators of a healthy organizational culture. We can also say as a healthy with mentally or with mental fit, with mental and social, with mental and physical well-being. So even Google found in Project Aristotle that psychological safety was the most important factor in high-performing teams. This proves that success is not only about knowledge and skill, success is also about creating an environment where people feel safe. Another very question I really asked my manager when I used to work that, sir, tell me one thing. Is that formality to have safety? Because to be very honest, when I step into the job field, I've seen people are just doing and acting. Professionalism isn't acting to earn respect, money, and opportunity. I do understand because we are not same when we are with our friends. We are not same when we are with our very close people, with our family, with when we are alone with ourselves only. So in every stages, in with every people, we behave different, right? We know there's a difference between talking with a person from professional world and a person from your locals, right? So in that case, we always need to find out one thing, that how we are easily having a communication, even if you have a bit of a distraction, if even if you have a bit of a contradiction when you speak with anyone. It can be from your professional world, he can be a CEO, he can be a manager, he can be a worker, anyone. You always get another equal. So it's just like Einstein's third law, equal and an opposite reaction you get through. So if you behave bad with someone, you will not be happy, I'm telling you. So, let me just drink water. Just allow me to drink water. Oh, so sorry, just a moment. Please do not sketch anything because it's really violating the screen. We all can see it, so better we do not sketch anything here. All right. So we were talking about this is the five pillars of this belief. We go for the impact of work, meaning of work, structure and clarity, dependability, and psychological safety. Even Google is valuing it. Why we will not? Why the company where you are working, they're not talking about particular psychological safety? Why? Because our office needs good housekeeping, ventilation, elimination. Our office needs all sort of opportunity where we can first feel free to work and then we can feel safe to work, right? First, we need to feel free from mind. If the place is safe, still we do not feel like working. Am I correct? You had bad talk or communication with any of your friends or family, and then you have to go to your office tomorrow. Think about your psychological status. You'll feel like devastated. Why I'm working? It's just like to earn money. I feel the same. Let's say I'm outbursted. I don't feel like working, but I have a class today. I have to do that. But why we will not accept, even though the CEO is not performing well, even though your manager is not giving you a serious concern on the psychological safety that you want to bring up, you can introduce that with your capacity. You can introduce that whenever you talk toolbox training with the workers, whenever you interview the workers. You can, this is not something to spend money, but this is something to spread awareness. And in every of our plan, organizing, leading, controlling, monitoring, measuring, reviewing, evaluating, auditing, assessing, anything, psychological safety should be mentioned. Even in PTW, even in any work related to anything which is high risk, low risk, medium risk, nothing. but we need to be we need to agree with this term. Like, we need to make ourselves very free from any sort of thing. Here, Mr. Gilbert mentioned harassment, peer-based management, blame culture. Punitives are actually the opposite of psychological safety. Very true. Very true. Now, who had this concept, psychological safety? Let me talk about this origin and evolution of it. To fully understand the importance of psychological safety today, it is useful to understand where the concept came from and how it evolved over time. Psychological safety may sound like a modern corporate term, like CSR, corporate social responsibility. No. Or it may like training providers are coming up with this topic just to earn money because this is in the hot topic, right? But it's not the main thing. Even the trading providers will not get paid if nobody pays them. Doesn't matter. But it will definitely benefit here and anyone, whoever reads more about it. The idea originated from the studies in psychology, human behavior, organizational development, where researchers tried to understand why people behave differently in teams and workplaces. Organizations then began noticing a common pattern, that is, people often remain silent, not because they lack knowledge, but because they feared consequences. This silence affected effective decision making, teamwork, innovation, safety, and overall organization performance. Right. With that being said, introducing these two legends, I would say, Edgar Sain and the Warren Benz. The early foundation. So, the earliest idea related to psychological safety can be traced back to the 1960s. Researchers began exploring topics such as group dynamics, leadership behavior, trust, communication, and employee motivation. One important contributor was Edgar Sain, and along with this, another gentleman, Warren Bennis. In 1965, they both discussed the importance of creating environments where individuals can actually feel free and then safe to work. You can feel free from mind and safe from physical to work, right? And during the organizational changes. So this idea really laid the early foundation of psychological safety, and which is very, very important for all of us to not only need to keep it in mind, but keep on going. Again, introducing Amy Edmondson's contribution. The concept became more formal and widely recognized in 1990s through the work of Amy. Amy, a professor from Harvard Business School, conducted a research on team performance and learner behavior. In 1999, she published a groundbreaking paper defining psychological safety as a shared belief that the team is safer for the interpersonal risk taking. Her research found something surprising. The teams that reported more mistakes were often the highest performing teams. Can you relate with yours? The team that reported more mistakes often awarded as the highest performing teams. This did not mean they made more mistakes, it meant they felt safe enough to report them. So it's like when you fail in any of the situation, it can be personal, academic, occupational, anything. Okay, it can be anything. So when you failed in some in any of the situation, with any personal bond or in academics, when there isn't another opportunity, the energy that you used to have, it means the energy which was in your proactive approach. Because if you failed, that's an accident, already it went wrong. So whatever you will do, that's a reactive approach after failing, right? Think about, you do investigate. What? Why do you, what do you investigate? Where did you make mistake? You not only just find out the mistakes, but you also find out why did you not learn that time. You also look for what were the situations caused you not to study, and that's the reason you failed and you couldn't answer. What was those situations that you went through and it didn't allow you to concentrate? You also think about who were the people that I was interacting, and then I study and then I wrote the answer and the result is fail. Am I right? We investigate root cause without knowing the steps of investigation. We look for immediate cause without knowing the three categories of causes of an accident. We do exactly the same thing that that an investigator does. He look for three causes, not only root and immediate. He also looks for the underlying causes too. That is a bridge in between the root and the immediate. There must be a middleman of every issues. Same thing, underlying cause, like which is bridging with the immediate one. In that case, you, without knowing these steps of accident investigation, we did the same. That's the reason. The energy that you bring in your next time in order to pass the, let's say talking about exam, to pass the exam, it is 30x more than, or more energy than what you have given, and you do not repeat every those things that really hampered your concentration from study, and you get rid of not only your own habits but every people, every situation, and you concentrate more on passing. The moment you got failure and then you are trying hard to get success, the consistency of getting success will be 2x more than what you used to get while in the first attempt success. Only when you fail, you win. And there are too many wins, consecutives, that we even do not know. That's why the the time has proved this. Universe has not you. I'm not going to talk about universe. Sorry. The nature proved us that when we fail and when we take the reactive measure on completing it, on getting a success, we do it more than what we have done. Correct? So, this was the study and the research from Amy, and she found out this, that the team who reported that they made most of the mistakes, they are performing the best. So, are we all together? When we fail from anything, it can be study, it can be any exam, any situation, any promotion, any salary increase, any hardships, any failure from leadership, never feel demotivated or oh I lost the chance. Because me being a human, I being a human being, I always feel deteriorated, demotivated. I'm a person who is teaching. I'm the same person. When I'll get all the problems, I'll feel demotivated. But there is no harm in witnessing your another phase of time, because you are true to your soul, you're true to your body. You don't know what you don't do not want to fake, but you can be definitely not feel good, but you have mastered one thing. For my unhappiness, my action, reaction, and interaction will will not be compromised, because people get affected when you behave bad with them. People get affected when you lead bad, when you control negatively, when you influence people negatively, when you implement poorly, etc. Problems will come. But the period of juggling up with this problem and you being demotivated will be lessened. More you have the knowledge, you will be sad, you will be demotivated, but I'm sure that it won't stay for long. Correct. That's the importance, that learning, improvement, and prevention, these become a major shift in our thinking, and you have to bring this. Okay. Next, evolution in modern organization. As industries become more competitive and complex, psychological safety become more relevant. Organization face challenges such as globalization, remote working, increased stress, tighter deadlines, workplace diversity, mental health issues. So, in such environments, employee needed more than physical safety, right? When there is a geopolitical unrest, think about. I recently, it's my honor to do that for every staff member of Ambassador School in UAE. If you know Ambassador School, including the principal and the HSC managers of that school and 230 staffs, we conducted a training. I conducted a training on operational safety in school and geopolitical environments. Why we talked about even I came on LinkedIn Live for geopolitical unrest. Why we are discussing that? Because when we go through geopolitical problems, we don't feel like losing profit. We feel like stressed. So our physical safety remains good. Let's say an ex-leader from an ex-country did bad with an ex-country, and they both are fighting. Who are dying? We, if we belong to that country. My question, I do not know whether we should talk about all this, but no human has a right to kill unless creator wants. Because if we do not have the power to create humans, we do not have the power, and we should not look forward to destroy that creation, right? Because we are not God. We can judge. We can definitely give punishment, but because of some political issues from one person, or from two people, or from a couple of people, we can't kill the entire civilization of them. We can't kill the entire members. We can't kill the entire citizen. Citizens have nothing to do with my problem with him. Correct. Makes sense. So we talk, we think, or we go more demotivated because when we watch news, you're like, oh no, again. Think about when we first experienced curfew post during COVID. Your physical safety was okay for that time, but you mentally, you were retarded. You were like, will I be able to leave again? We used to think to every COVID-19 achievers, because we are worthy. That's why Creator chose us to sustain our life, right? So make sure we do the good. Think if we go back to the 2019, 2020, my Lord. So we all know how did it happen and what we went through. Every countries were affected. Some of them were not, some few islands were not, but if we are the levers of COVID-19, we are meant to do something great in our life. So we all are doing, right? So in modern organization, since we're talking about good thing, we need emotional and communication safety. Communication safety means, let's say you fail to submit your assignment, and somehow I used a bad words to you, either through voice or through written. What would be your first take? Definitely you will be angry because we do not have the right to bad behave with anyone, right? Because we are into the professional world. Anything that is not meeting with your expectation, it's okay to give another opportunity because we are into work, not into personal life. Correct. But repetitive failure of meeting with your expectation, that definitely has some court martials and other termination rounds. But we do have other alternatives to keep it well for a certain period of time. Now, today, psychological safety used in leadership development, team building, innovation management, crisis management, gap analysis, risk assessment, risk profiling, risk management, everything. Because all this activity requires the person who's assessing to be mentally fit and the people who are working with it to be mentally fit. Think about the lead auditor team. The person who audit and lead the auditing team must be psychologically safe first. Now, talking a little bit about the Google's project, Aristotle. Now, a major milestones in the evolution of psychological safety came when Google conducted a study called Project A. Google wanted to understand What makes a team effective? Very important. Google wanted to understand what makes a team effective. When we talk about a team, we talk about more than a one person, whoever is working for a same goal, same objectives, same target, and they all are expected and requested to keep the same doctrine and discipline and following the same principle. Google studied hundreds of teams. They expected to find that success depended on intelligence, education, skills, and experience. But they've got something. They found the most important factor was psychological safety. So if companies like Google can talk about what we are doing in our company, think about it. Teams perform better when members felt safe to ask questions, make mistakes, challenge ideas, and contribute openly. These findings brought global attention to the concept. So if your CEO asks about who gives a damn to this, tell them Google gives a damn. ISO, the international framework that you are looking to certify your company from quality path so that you can get contracts and clients can choose you, they are talking about. You want to know the standard? ISO 45003. We have a lot of things to talk to convince anyone. Think about. Now the question is, what do we need to do to introduce psychological safety? It's not a tool, come on. It's not a machine. It's in our mind, and it should be in every decision that we take. Nothing else. We have a lot of things to discuss. Psychological safety in health and safety management, another interesting thing. In the field of health and safety management, organizations have traditionally focused on controlling physical hazards. These hazards are visible, often easier to identify, such as unsafe machinery, mechanical hazards, non-mechanical hazards, occupational hazard, biological hazard, chemical hazard, physical hazard, ergonomical hazard, environmental hazard, etc. Okay. Now, to control this risk, organizations implement PPE, a lot of SSW, a lot of systems. So we are aware of it. But what about psychology? Do you see in your health and safety policy they have talked about psychological safety? Just check once. If not, anytime that you have an opportunity to talk with your CEO or anyone who will listen to you and can implement this, bring this topic and talk about. Okay. Now, psychological safety in health and safety means creating. It's very simple. It's not a tool, not a process, not a procedure, not a policy. It's something meant to create such an environment where people first feel free from mind to work, and then the physical safety to feel safe to work. Right now, link between psychological safety and incident prevention, because most of the what we have in our minds in common, that first forget about psychological safety, think about people shouldn't be meeting with accidents or incidents. That's why our main focus is to keep people safe from incident. Is that so? Many major accidents have occurred because warning signs were ignored or never reported. Now, before incidents happen, there are often early signals such as near miss, unusual noises, equipment malfunction, unsafe shortcuts, worker fatigue, emotional stress. But if workers fear speaking up, these warning signs remain hidden. Did you ever feel, did you ever witness this? That you felt fear speaking up the truth and you didn't do that? Just raise. I'm not gonna ask you. I'm just gonna check how many people are like going through the same and doing the same, because we need to understand, right? If you ask me, absolutely yes. In every of my company, wherever I walked, I feel fear of telling the truth. I felt fear of expressing my real feelings, emotions, and what I think, because I feel like I may lose a job. Now, I used to think maybe the leader is not like that. But how this manager, who is just an employee like me, has the power and and authority to speak like a CEO and makes my psychological safety worsen? Who gave this authority? I had this, like, every time I used to think, who are you? I can make mistake. You are not paying me. You are getting paid by the same one from where I am getting paid. You know what I feel, and you all will be on my same page. Leaders doesn't know how to properly lead and refrain any seniors to behave bad with the juniors. It is the leader who should completely mention about this. Proper behavior is what subjected to everyone's role and responsibility. Anyone gets any badly influenced, even a 1 second of rudeness to anyone, even be it engineer, quality director, they are not, it should be prohibited. They are not allowed. So bring this habit and culture in your company. Why? Because you are health and safety officer, you're a health and safety manager. Come on, you can do it. Bring this topic. And when people feel like fear when they talk about, we, because of our silence, it leads to injury, fatality, property damage, loss of reputation, even companies' financial losses, direct, indirect, insured, uninsured. And psychological safety culture increases what? Financial, financial benefit, legal benefit, non-compliance with any of the standard, and the moral benefit of everybody working. So thus, having an environment where we feel free to talk helps organization move from reactive safety management to provide proactive safety management. I really want to request every one of you, do not stay quiet when you are working tomorrow, because you will see you will see the same culture wherever you are. You can work in developed country, okay, congratulations for that. You can work in underdeveloped country, congratulations for that. You can work in like developing country, and again congratulations for that. You know why I'm congratulating you, everyone, if you work in small or big organization? Because when the study is same, what makes you to hold and compare with others? When you are listening what a person from UK is also listening, when what you are learning, a person from USA learning the same, when you are learning from a common course that people from Australia, Europe, any countries from Europe, South and North America, Australia, Asia, anyone, if they are learning the same, what makes you to hold and feel different? So I want to bring an attention to everyone. We are equal. We are human. If I have employed a person not to destroy their psychological safety, when I'm talking, I hope my employees will also listen and they will also be on my same page, because I do not want them to be rude with me and I will never be rude with them. That's the only thing we can bring culture. And that's why you all respect, love, and focus on more what incomings from DVHSC notification, right? Thank you for that. Going to the next. We talk about a near miss, psychological safety, and a near miss reporting. A near miss is an unplanned event that didn't cause injury or damage but had the potential to do so. So, a near miss is an incident, you know that, right? We are aware of the definition, but how psychological safety affects and impacts near miss? Do you know that? Near miss reporting is one of the most valuable tools in health and safety, because if something had the potential to cause harm but it doesn't give you the assurity that it will not uh, give you trouble in the future, right? So if it doesn't give you any issues today, it will definitely give you issues tomorrow, because we do not control the time and what will happen. So blame, disciplinary action, criticism, and paperwork burden. This is what we feel when we um, approach for near miss. It means what we are discussing is, when we have to report a near miss, we do not do that. What makes us not to report near miss? Because we feel blame culture, There will be an adverse effect, disciplinary action, criticism, and paperwork burden. Now, in a psychologically safe workplace, you will never feel like fear or criticism or bullying or any sort of harassment you will get in the future if you report the near miss. So, for example, a worker sleeps near an oil spill but doesn't fall. If reported, the spill can be cleaned and controls improved, right? And if ignored, the next worker may suffer serious injury by getting slipped. That's the thing. Psychology, safety, and leadership. Um, Modern HSC system, just a moment, yeah. Modern HSC system was proof we can, just a moment, I'm reading a caption. Please, we are asking if you can post this. I'm going to do that, sir. Mr. Frank, I'm going to share this PDF for sure. I made this for you all. I'm not going to keep it with myself. You are allowed to share anywhere, no copyright. I have prepared, every word is mine, came from here. So you share, because this is what we are bringing a movement. I do not have any profit from this. My profit is people will utilize, and God knows the best profit for me. Why will I think for it? Now, going forward to this page, coming on to the topic, okay? Workers are closest to the job, and then the supervisors are just behind and beside the workers, correct? They often know, workers are often aware of practical hazards, unsafe shortcuts, operational weakness, mental stress factors. Workers never think that company will also take care of their mental safety, because it's a very it's a I'm telling you one thing, it's a belief of everybody that this is how I have to work. I have to work with poverty, I have to work with poorness. This is my life, this is my future, this is my fortune. No one is there to help me. My family is not rich, so I will be poor and I will die poor. Let me tell you one thing. If you see anyone like this, tell them one thing. What have you done? What have you done to reach that destination, what you are manifesting? How many times you have done? He will say, not a quite long period of time. So please make sure what we are understanding is, if workers feel, I wish my company thinks about my safety, nobody thinks about it. And this is like I have to work because that's my life. Is that their life, team? Are are humans really expected to work like animals? Ask yourself. Let's say you are the health and safety officer today. I ask the same very way to myself whenever I get some bad thinking or thoughts or emotion in my mind. Today you are the CEO. Yesterday or 10 years ago, you were just a kid. You were just a person with no such popularity, weaknesses. You were poor. You had nothing. This is how, when we tell ourselves and we benchmark with our previous life, we can never be rude. We can never compromise on anyone's psychological safety. We will always be polite. We will always be kind. And we will always be good with everyone come across. Correct? And that's the only good principle and behavior that a health and safety professional can provide. Now, talking about the psychological safety, now, if in the leadership, there is a leadership maintains and leadership thinks about people's psychology. So, uh, they will take part in toolbox, safety meeting, audit, inspection, risk assessment, whatever. But without the psychological safety, participants become fake. You will just attend. How many of you believe that your workers just attend because they have to attend? I think you all are aware of it. Your workers attend your toolbox training, but their mind is somewhere else. Majority of them, when you talk about something that you're going to the confined space, they will listen because they know if they miss anything and they have to sign before they go to that confined space and work to the PTW issue of PTW issue receipt, right? Then they know that they'll die. So when they will work in high risk environment, they'll give their high concern. But it's if that's a basic toolbox training, you know that no one is listening. Is that good? That since they're not a part of PTW work order and they're just doing their normal work, and you are speaking aloud for them and they are not listening because there is no high risk and they are listening the same thing in Delhi, do you think it's a worthy of your time? Do you think it's a worthy of them? So if you feel and if you see, because you can definitely identify who's listening and who is not. When they believe the workers behave in this way, it's our it's our catch to make them right, to focus on the right direction. How? By talking a little bit about anything that makes them happy. Think about they're listening to you. Think about like like I'm your student, okay? And I'm just listening to you because I paid and I don't feel like listening to you. But I have to listen to you because I paid already and you are not going to return my money. Just for example. So I have to listen like this. Now you being a human, when you know that this person is not attending your session, you can feel like I'm not feeling like good when I'm listening to you. What's your work? What's your rule? What's your job? Your job is to prepare yourself and you have to upgrade your skills in communication so that on the next day at least you can bring one smile from my face. That's your take, right? But do we do this every time? Because when we can breathe every second, why we can't change ourselves in every mistakes that we have been doing? And that keeps our psychological safety good and the others, right? Okay. Leadership plays a major role in creating psychological safety in the workplace. Employees often decide whether to speak up or stay silent based on how leaders react to mistakes, questions, concern, and new ideas. Let's say you are talking with your boss about this because you have attended a session on psychological safety and you are very much motivated and you want your boss to be motivated, but still you have a fear. What would be the reaction from your boss to whom you're gonna speak about this? What would be his reaction? So we have also a feeling, if I'm talking good, how this leader gonna react? If he reacts in a bad way, you will definitely get a little bit demotivated. But do we have the room to get demotivated when we are into a professional world? Let me tell you one thing, keep no attachment with here when we are working. You can, I'm not asking you or I'm not promoting anyone to become inhuman, absolutely not. But in order to keep no interpersonal risk taking, do not always have connection with your colleagues from here because it destroys if anything goes wrong and we do not have the time. You are in the workplace. It's a temple of earning. It's a temple of learning, right? School is also it's just a temple of learning but not earning. Your office is a temple of learning and earning. Prove me wrong, I would say no to you. So you are learning continuously from your workplace and you are earning. So in that case, no, do not take anything personal. If your boss is shouting at you, just believe and remember he's doing his job. Maybe he is not happy with his work, that's why he's shouting. When you are educated, then you also behave like an educated guy, right? And in that case, we do this exactly what we need to do this. So that's very important for all of us to understand. A good leader creates trust by listening actively, and also they encourages the feedback from the people to whom they are talking. This makes them to ask more question, more. There won't be any vulnerability when there is a discussion, right? Psychological safety versus comfort zone. Now, psychological safety is often misunderstood. Many people think it means making employees too comfortable or removing pressure from the workplace. That's not true. Psychological safety does not mean avoiding accountability or discipline. It means creating an environment where employees feel safe to speak up, ask questions, share ideas, admit mistakes, and look for betterment. Because when you make mistakes, you always ask, "Sir, uh, how I can recover, and how I can prove that I'm better than what I have done." You all feel in the same way, right? I'm just there is an I just want to tell to everybody, there is no need to attach your mail ID here, because we can do the same thing in the group. Just attain now. Enjoy the session. In the WhatsApp group, we will have this all exchange of email and all. Within 10 working days, as I said, Saturday and sorry, in DBHSC we have only Sunday off, not Saturday. Saturday is open for you all. So 10 working days, we will provide the certificate of participation for sure in the same group that you all are in. Okay? Just enjoy the session now. Because we have not much time, we will wrap up. But I really want something we should learn from this session. And if you do the same, and if you learn and bring any good thing to your company, I'll be blessed, right? So psychological safety is very different. Psychological safety really encourages employees to take interpersonal risks, such as raising concern, challenging unsafe actions with your colleague, because you do not have any interpersonal bond. You need to be polite, good, human with every humans, but not that much which can affect your credentials, your work principle, and your work behavior. Am I right? Can I get a thumbs up on this? Am I right? Because you also know one thing, and you have experienced that one. Because you met your colleague so good, you guys are so talking that you forgot it's a professional world. And when both are being questioned and interviewed, somebody got terminated. Whether either you can be the one. So there is, when you know these are the risk actually. We into the health and safety, well, we need to understand first so that people can learn from us, right? So it's not about promoting head stress. No, absolutely not. It's all about keeping everybody professional at the same professional world. I have seen people are talking about abusing each and everyone, bullying. Who gives the authority in a professional world to bully anyone? Because it's a culture and leaders never talk about it. The health and safety leaders are not doing anything for it. How a blame culture introduced? I understand people from different background, they bring this culture, but they are not allowed to do under a private company's leadership or any or any private limited leadership. No, not allowed. Who has given the authority to increase the blame culture? How people are fearing from the blame culture? How people are bullying others? How? Because it's not a platform to do that. While doing the bullying, we are wasting our time and someone's entire moral to work for 7 days. It's a message to the CEO. If your employees are bullying each other, they are just killing the CEO's special business time, because CEO has to pay them at the end of the day. But what about in that period of time, they are not utilizing the work? Who has the responsibility to talk about? We have, we are accountable. That's why we are talking. We have no interest on talking about this, but we have interest because that's our job. And that's why we are talking. Identifying the psychological hazards and identifying the preventive and protective control measures for psychological hazards and risk is very important for us. Correct? So, in simple words, a comfort zone creates convenience, while psychological safety creates courage. A strong organization does not aim to keep employees comfortable, but a strong organization aims to keep their people confident enough to speak, learn, and grow. When overconfidence comes, they speak much. But again, a leader needs to show the limit. It doesn't mean when we are allowed to speak, we can speak anything. No. When we are into professional world, we need to know our position first. If something is wrong, we will just justify through moral, legal, financial. No direct approach to that individual. So when you hate the individual and talk about that you being a manager, you have done it. So then the interpersonal problems, chaos, massacre, tragedy happens. Correct. But when you don't do it, but just justify your point, nothing happens. No one can come to you and tell you, how did you behave bad with me? Because you gave no chance to them, right? That's the thing. Comfort zone is very important, but not comfort zone that makes over reliant and overconfident on work, and does make any employee thinks like they are the CEO at the same time. When we are working, we need to know what we are doing. Anytime we feel we are more than anyone, we lose the job. And at somehow, you can never sleep peacefully, because this will keep on revolving in your mind, because you are a piece of human life. If you have done something terrible, you will be in incredible deep sorrows. That's the thing, right? So before we jump into that problems, we need to keep ourselves safe. And that's the part of the health and safety practitioners. Oh, sorry. Next, we have a fear culture. Psychological safety and fear culture are completely opposite workplace environment. In a fear-based culture, employees often remain silent because they are afraid of blame, criticism, punishment, and humiliation. They may hide mistakes, avoid asking questions because they feel like I can be humiliated from my manager. Now, this creates a very poor communication, low trust, and increased risk of accidents and repetitive errors. But in a psychologically safe culture, employees feel comfortable speaking openly, sharing ideas, and admitting mistakes what they have done. So fear culture shouldn't be there in any organization, and that's what we need to bring up and prevent everyone from it. I just want to tell to every participants, we have got 91 participants. Please stay for at least minimum 10 minutes with me. Okay? Please stay 10 minutes with me. Then I will request you to turn on your camera. I'm really excited to take a picture with 91 participants for the day. I uh, I wish I could hear every one of your feedback, but asking 92 participants one by one is not going to be an easy task. But I will be looking for your feedback, because I'm sure I'm looking for the feedback. Um, in the WhatsApp group, how did you experience? I'm going to share this presentation, and absolutely I'm going to upload this on LinkedIn, on my Facebook, on WhatsApp, and every group. So just request one that we will only ask you to comment on the LinkedIn. LinkedIn is a very professional world, and we believe that. So we're going to upload all of these screenshots and what we have discussed. If you really feel like you have learned a lot, just drop a comment on LinkedIn link. Okay, coming back to the study. So that was what we are discussing about psychological safety and fear culture. Next is psychological safety in business performance. Psychological safety has a direct impact on business performance. When employees uh, feel safe to speak, share ideas, report concerns, and admit the mistakes, organizations perform better. As I said, Miss Amy, she found out one thing, that more people were reported that they have made a mistake. More they are the best winning performing teams, right? So in that case, a psychologically safe workplace can reduce accidents, stress, absenteeism, employee turnover. It removes productivity, employee engagement, trust in leadership. Now, in simple words, when we talk about psychological safety in the business performance, I think everyone we can relate. Psychological safety is not only good for employees, it is good for business, because we will educate ourselves how to talk with the people from outside of the company to get more contracts, because your company can only run if they get contracts. If they have no contracts, company will collapse. Company will be company will no longer be a company if they do not have any contract. Because everybody needs money. If the richest person from if we from the richest person stop buying his product, his shares, his idea, he'll be poor in some time. No one is rich. A person who is a rich can be unrich, can be poor in the next time if he lost all the numerics from the bank. Those are the money. Think about it. You can have, let's say, yesterday you have 100,000 USD. Today you do not have anything because you invested everything for your home, for living, and so the only catch is, what are you today? What you were, nobody knows. What you will be, even you do not know. What you are today, That is the main thing. And to keep our psychological safety very, um, I would say proactive, no strong, no heavy, proactive. Like before anything we feel like and it can worsen the situation, we need to go back, take the lesson and implement so that we don't do the repetitive action and we do not meet with those sort of incidents again and again, right? So psychological safety versus business performance, I hope you all have understood. Role of the top management in psychological safety. Top management plays a very vital role in building psychological safety within an organization, because it is the top management who has the first and the senior most accountable position to do that. So top management should lead by example. They should encourage open communication, listen to employee concern, respond positively when issues are raised, because you will learn from your leader's behavior. If your leader is doing, if your leader behaves very good with you, you will also learn how to behave right. Correct. That's why we learn from a lot of bona fide religion masters, spiritual masters, from influencers, from different successful people in the world, because they lead by example. We The thing that you cannot understand from an author's book, you can easily can adapt from a person's behavior and his achievements. We only listen to them when they can show to the world that they have done it. Talk with evidence, TWE. You don't feel like listening to those who haven't achieved anything and then they just saying, yeah, I have done, do this and do that. Correct. Even you also want to say when you have experienced something, that's the example of competent person. So you exactly do and you exactly speak and you exactly motivate when you know that this is not from any book or you have not mugged it up, you have not learned it, but you are telling it from your own experience. So that's give more inspiration and value when you speak, right? So in health and safety management, top management must demonstrate commitment by participating in meetings, reviewing reports, and taking actions on concerns raised by the workers. In simple words, psychological safety starts from the top management. When top management creates trust, employees will follow. Now, also, we have a role for the senior management. I'm so sorry. For the senior management, it also play a very important role because senior management execute the work and top management plans and organize for it, and the senior management they execute the work. So senior management should encourage open discussions with everyone that they come across. So in health and safety management, senior management often review incidents, near misses, and safety concern. Their response should promote learning rather than fear. When senior managers respond positively and take action, employees gain trust and confidence. Again, in simple words, senior management turns leadership commitment. So, senior management, what they are doing, what leaders are saying, they are turning it to a reality and people are experiencing it. That's a simple thing that you can understand. So, that's what the senior management does. Ask me who are the senior management? The managers, the coordinators, are the senior management. When we talk about the top management, you can consider directors of the board of directors or the owners even. So, the last message for you all: psychological safety is more than a workplace concept, more than a compliance or a statutory requirement, more than a moral one, more than anything, more than business sustainability. It is what you do for your own um, interest first, because if everything comes from here, why we should not talk and help this organ first to get it feel free to work and then they come. So that's why psychological safety is a broader concept where it is all about anyone work, they should work happily, safely, and effectively, right? And with that being said, I'm so happy to tell you that we are introducing our course on psychological safety at workplace. Today is a workshop where we completed a lot of things. Like, it was a glimpse. I hope you have all taken a lot of lessons, but we're going to have 5 days of continuous and consecutive training days on psychological safety at workplace. We will definitely introduce and we'll make sure everybody knows about the price, how to verify the certificate, what would be the value of the certificate, and what you all gonna learn. So we're gonna do this on this next month, this coming month. We have this 1 day left, 2 days left for it. January, February, March, April. Yeah, 2 days left for it. So with that being said, I'm so excited to say that we have completed, and it was like great experience with you all, and I'm so happy that we made it. And I really request you all, if it is possible for you all to switch on your camera. I will be very much privileged to take a screenshot with every participant attending the session. Thank you so much for the love, respect, appreciation, support, and what else I can say. All right, let me just take a picture with you all. So we are ending up with 81 participants. We had today 98 participants in total, and we are ending up with 81. And I just organized this training, reading one article. I feel like I should talk about this. So in just 2 days, we did a great marketing, and thank you so much for accepting, because in 2 days we have got 177 participants, and out of them hundreds have just joined. I'll make sure everybody can enjoy the recorded session. Okay, now it's a time to take a picture with you all. I said a lot. All right, if there is anyone you have not yet, can please come on camera so that I can take a picture. Thank you so much. I really love seeing you all, to be very honest. Number one done. I can see Mr. Rehan from Bangladesh. How are you, sir? And so many people from different parts, and I'm so glad, because we have been doing this conducting since 2020, and people from Bangladesh, they're connected with us since 2020. It's my privilege to have them as well. So all my home colleagues from different country. I'm really happy to see you, sir. We're gonna have communication very soon. Thank you so much, everyone. Had a great day. Tomorrow, make sure we're keeping our psychological safety first and not the others. And those who are attending the OTHM Level 6 International course, tomorrow and day after tomorrow is a class. So Thursday and Friday, we go for the Level 6 training. So those who are attending, do not miss the session. And we keep attending and conducting sessions like this. You all will have the certificate of participation within 10 working days. Do not drop your email ID now. After 2 days or in the next week, we're going to ask for the email IDs, and we will provide you all with your name, and we will provide the certificate on the WhatsApp group. And we're going to upload this screenshot. I just request you all to drop a feedback on LinkedIn so that everyone can have a look. And I'm going to, as I promised, I'm going to share the PDF with every one of you. Okay, thank you so much. We're going to go for more workshops like this. Good night. Allah Hafiz. Take care. Hare Krishna. Amen. Thank you.